So, if you've been following the whole Project Apex situation, you've probably heard about the drama with Mia, aka Not Fen. I'll be referring to her as Mia though since it's just easier. There's a lot to unpack, so I'm just gonna do my best to explain some things. Just make sure you do your own research since everything I'm saying is based on the document linked in the description below, thus it's not really my POV. If you haven't heard of though, she resigned from ArcSoft after major backlash from not only the community, but also her own dev team. The former devs at ArcSoft actually published a document with a lot of evidence. It can be found in the ArcSoft Discord server, which will be linked below. But let's just say there were some really bad things that were said. So what actually happened? Mia is the head of ArcSoft, right? She had a very strict and toxic management style though. According to her team, she would apparently publicly criticize developers and even terminate them without any warning. An early example of this would be a user by the name Markmez, basically one of the co-founders. The document says that Mia repeatedly pressured and criticized him over his development speed, even though he was working as a volunteer and had other external issues such as school. I'll show you some of the DMs, and you can pause the video just to read them. As you can see, they are not that pretty. I mean, it shows how Mia, not Fen, is really just being a bitch to Markmez, and how she's blaming him for everything. Something I personally found crazy is how Mia is doing so little at this time that she calls herself out and says she has nothing to show for it, implying she doesn't even do any work herself in the early stages of the game. Eventually, Mia, without telling Markmez or anyone else, just demoted him in whatever chain of command they adding on. Markmez was already demoted. Mia went into a public Discord and started publicly shit-talking Markmez, which is crazy work. I mean, literally just imagine the owner of a company talking bad about their own company. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but if there's any conflict going on, you want to keep that conflict hidden from the public, but she's just out here being open about it. It's also crazy since you can see how she's changing the narrative so that it all blames on Markmez, even though she herself isn't doing anything. Quick side note too, after Markmez was demoted, Mia decided to revoke QA testers from talking about the game, which is understandable, but this is how she worded it. "You are only here to serve as a pawn in the making of the game" is so damn funny to me. Keep in mind that everyone working here so far are volunteers. No one is getting paid for anything yet. One of the biggest problems or conflict is a project called 0 Hour. Mia started working on 0 Hour while Project Apex was still being developed. It's important to note, by the way, at this time, Mia handed Project Apex off to Arc, so Mia isn't actively doing anything anymore. But is it just me, or is handing someone else your own game without telling them in advance just crazy? Not to mention, she is still publicly leading ArcSoft, meaning Arc isn't getting as much as credit as he should be doing, or getting. That's not even the worst. The problem was that 0 Hour was apparently using assets that had originally been created for Project Apex. According to the document, Mia also used ArcSoft resources and money to commission work for 0 Hour without telling the other developers. Arc says he discovered this while looking around through the group's accounting records. The records reportedly show payments being made to 0 Hour despite the other developers not knowing about those expenses. This isn't light, by the way, since it's 20,000 Robux to a developer in a single week. Not to mention, these are ArcSoft funds, not Mia's personal funds as she claims though. This means that Arc and Markmez are literally being paid less for a full-time commitment compared to another dev who isn't even working on their same project. And I don't know the legal aspects of it since they're in Australia, but in the US, that's literally embezzlement. Pretty serious crime. And honestly, there's so much shit, it's crazy. I'm not gonna go into details since I myself don't really understand it, But with that being said, you're free to go check out the document for yourself, which is also found in the Project Apex Discord server. But to summarize, she made an uneven split of the profits, so she gets 65% to herself and a 10% to Ark and Markmiz. I don't know what happened to the other 15%. And fast forwarding this, Mia terminated Ark for basically just not submitting to her BS anymore. She even wrote a whole ass paragraph, which I can't fit into the screen. Now, this is probably the part where most people are interested in. There are a lot of allegations throughout the document, so I'm just going to focus on some of them that are really important to understanding the situation. Other than her obvious and toxic leadership of the team, it's how fucking racist she is. If you look through the document, you'll see that several people in the community were accused of serious misconduct, including harassment, doxing, and racism. Like, I'll show you some of the screenshots, and you will see how absurd this is. This isn't even a private Discord server. This is her public communication server. Like, I really wish I was joking, but no. She said all of this in a public Discord channel. And then, after being called out, she doubles down. Even after the set events, she doesn't take any accountability for herself and shifts the blame to her own team for what she said. Adding on to her already horrible reputation, Ark provided evidence of a group chat where she was basically clipped saying the N-word over and over again. And what I'm showing you on screen isn't even all of it. There's 2 more screenshots just filled with her spamming the N-word, which is crazy, because she's saying it as if she's a middle schooler, and she just learned what slurs are, and she's using it for the first time because it's funny and just a word. So fast forward to August 1st. This is a little while ago, but Mia stepped down as the owner of ArcSoft and transferred ownership to Captain Zox. At first, this seemed like it would finally bring the situation to an end, but according to the document, Mia still intended to remain involved with Project Apex and ArcSoft, which obviously argued that she wasn't really stepping away, she's just avoiding accountability. Then, a few days later, things changed again. On August 7th, Mia was removed from public ArcSoft communities. Her Roblox and Discord accounts were actually deactivated. And importantly, Captain Zox said that Mia would not return to ArcSoft or any other related project. And that's basically where we are right now. With that being said, there's so much fucking context left out. Like, if you read the document yourself, you'll see that Mia basically had a problem with the entirety of her dev team. So this is just an update from August 7th, and when I'm making this video, the situation has changed a lot. Apparently, Ark has been brought back to his original position, and a lot of the dev teams are actually going to be paid out for their fair share. But right now, I'm not really sure what's going on, especially since this is all pretty recent. So just comment down below and let me know if I missed anything or what updates are happening. With that being said, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. The main point I just decided to make this video is since I made a video literally 2 weeks ago about Project Apex, and I didn't know all of this inside fighting was happening, and I just wanted to bring some attention to it and just keep you guys informed. With that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please do like and comment. That way we can get this to a wider audience. And obviously, I probably have a lot of things wrong I said in this video. If so, just feel free to correct me in the comments below. Thank you. I feel like this goes without saying, but please do not attempt to contact or harass anyone involved in this. In the end, it's just a Roblox game. It shouldn't be taken too seriously. Obviously, what she said is not okay, and she should face accountability for that action. But in the end, please don't go into her DMs and start saying a bunch of BS. Either way, have a good day, guys.